Hey, you bringing that boy out?
You gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to episode number 2. Defend the Hustle. You all could have been 1,000 places tonight, but you all chose to come out and support Defend the Hustle, and we appreciate that. Dano, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, everyone. We're Glass City Pickers. I'm Tanya.
I'm Chris.
We sell on Amazon, eBay, Facebook Marketplace. We have YouTube that we never do anymore. And is that it? That's it. Next.
Hi. I'm Mess Hall Diggs. I'm on YouTube and Instagram, and I'm on Defend the Hustle Friday nights. So I'm in the right place right now, just like you guys are. Thanks for joining and hanging out. And I'm going to pass it on to the wonderful Miss Ashley Wheeler, everybody.
All right, and I'm Ashley Wheeler. You can find me on Instagram at Ashley Wheeler of 8 and on YouTube. Just remove the of, and it's Ashley Wheeler 8. And yeah, I've been on the show before, and I'm excited to be back.
Right. And actually, this is your 3rd time on the show, right, Ashley?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you bring it every time we bring you on. Definitely loaded with Poshmark information. I think I confused Ashley with one of her best friends as being the lady on the Poshmark commercial.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, you know, it is what it is. Ashley, we are definitely happy to have you tonight. And let me give a shout out to the chat before we get started. And for everyone that's new to the channel, I am Buffalo Picker, a part-time reseller, full-time federal employee, and also retired military. So the first person in the chat tonight is Cajun Roots. Appreciate you coming out, Cajun.
Hello.
Appreciate you all. And I'm just going to make this kind of quick because we got to get this show going. There's a lot of movement in the chat. I want to try to keep up this week. I want to give a shout out to Flipping Goodies. What's going on, Iron Mike? Logos 1212. What's up, Robert? Appreciate you coming out. Want to give a shout out to Mile High Hustlers, Linda and Greg. If you're not following their channel, make sure you go ahead and check out their channel. They got a lot of good content of running the Walmarts, getting the clearances. So you want to definitely follow them if you're trying to get some of those bolos they be putting out. Want to give a shout out to All in One Package. That's the wife. Y'all know what she do for the channel. Want to give a shout out to Pamela. Pamela sent me a item that I won on an auction that she was part of last week. I'm going to open it up on the show and tell tonight. Who else we got in here? Shopping on the Low. Appreciate you coming out. Jennifer Hayes, thank you for what you do for the channel and moderating. Char F, thank you for your continued support. Melinda is semi-formal right now, part of my network that I'm trying to build. I appreciate you and Marty coming out. More to follow on that as well. Want to give a shout out to Hip Flipping Mama. Appreciate you coming out, Mama. Who's Tom Cruise? What's up, Tom Cruise? Tom Cruise in the house. Regina Michelle, thank you for coming out. If y'all are not watching the Hump Day Hangout on Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock, Regina Michelle and Derek, fundamental of side hustle, hustling, run that show. Bill Bixby, appreciate you coming out as well. I thank you, Bill. I think you live in Georgia. If so, put it in the chat, man. We got to meet up. If nothing more, just say hi to each other. Alley Cat, appreciate you coming out. Rule,
that's my daughter
coming out. Resale Daddy, part of the Mile High Hustlers. Full Scale Resale. See, Never Too Old, appreciate you coming out. Brick House Savage, appreciate you coming out. Yeah, so before we get into the show tonight, let me just put out one little housekeeper thing here. From season 1 and 2, we was doing giveaways every Friday night, regardless. And this year, for season 3, you're gonna kind of change it up. So last week, we had 62 people that showed up and supported Defend the Hustle. So what I'm gonna do is I will bring the giveaway, but what I'm asking the audience is, on our behalf, try to get some of your friends to come out and support the channel. So every week that number goes up, I'm going to do a giveaway. If we can't beat the prior week number, I'm going to keep the giveaway. So, and the giveaway is no issue for me because at the end of the year, I write all this stuff out as a loss anyway. That's just something that, me and my CPA do now. I'm not telling you to do nothing like what I'm doing, but that's what I do. So with these giveaways, it's taken care of, but I'm not going to just give away just to give away. So I want to put the onus on the audience. If you can or willing to do it, is try to invite people, share the link to the show, and try to get more people out for season 3. And like I said, every week that we beat that number up to 100, then I'm going to give out a giveaway. And once we hit 100 every week, no matter if it's 101 or 105, doesn't matter, I'm going to be doing a giveaway every week. So that's the goal for the Buffalo Picker and the rest of the Defend the Hustle, which I just spring this on them as well because I didn't talk this over with them before. But yeah, that's what we're going to do moving forward. So the golden number today is 63. Last week was 62. So if we hit 63 tonight, we're going to do a giveaway. All right. So let's get on with the show. Like I said, our special guest tonight is Ashley Wheeler. She is one of the top Poshmark go-to persons in the community. And if you don't know that already, now you know, because when she come on our show, she definitely bring it. It's no question that you can ask her about Poshmark that she shy about answering. So get all your questions together. If you're concerned or thinking about getting on the Poshmark platform, this the night to come with your golden questions for Ashley. So with that being said, Ashley, go ahead and take the floor. Tell people how you got into Poshmark, and you can take it from there.
Okay. I actually started my account in 2015, but I didn't really do anything with it. I think I saw a friend that had talked about, selling some stuff on there, and I was like, well, that sounds like a cool idea. So did nothing for it for 2 years. And then I had a friend on maternity leave. She was nesting and cleaning out her house and started talking about how she was selling a bunch of stuff. And I was like, well, where are you selling it at? And she referenced Poshmark. And when I went back to it, realized I still had an account opened. But at that point, I had a lot of kids at home. I think at this time we had 6, all ranging from toddler to, teens to getting close to graduating high school, and then my own like maternity clothes and stuff like that. We just had a plethora of stuff on hand. I was like, I probably could sell some of this stuff online and get more money for it than I would at a yard sale. So I started taking some photos of things, which was fun for me because I've always been a photographer. And even though it's just photographing clothes, I still was having fun with it and started to see some sales coming through. In fact, my first year I made $1,000 doing it extremely loosely and just using our clothes at home. So I didn't invest anything into the business. It immediately started to turn a profit from the very beginning. So from that point, I started to realize how much joy I was finding in this. Also began to realize how much I could learn through going to thrift stores, going to clearance items at retail, shops. There's just such an opportunity out there to purchase stuff at a lower cost and then be able to flip it online. So I hustled with that with a full-time job for about 1.5 years. In fall of 2019, I was able to go full-time with reselling. At that point, just like what was stated earlier, I did start to transition to having both of my inventories on eBay and on Poshmark. And I've stayed consistent doing that since that point. So just continue to grow every single year. We hit over 6 figures last year with both platforms as well as social media. So it's been a fun journey.
Wow.
Very good.
Sweet.
So if you have any questions for Ashley, make sure you drop it in the chat. Glass City, you all have any questions?
Yeah, I had a.
I'm just going to pay attention because listen, I've had something on Poshmark for 2 years. I already said this.
Hey, well, so you said last time you was here, you had 8 kids doing all this.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you find the time to really get this in?
Yeah. So kind of like what I said, at that point, we had 6 at home,
Okay.
but that's still a lot. And I was still juggling a full-time job, which was 40, sometimes plus hours. So I would, kid you not, wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, be laying in my bed listing items online during my lunch breaks. If I didn't have time to pull the orders or package the orders before I left in the morning, that was what I was doing on my lunch break. Saturdays were my photography days. If I wasn't needing to package orders during my lunch, that's when I was going shopping. I basically just had that desire and was like, I'm going to do this. So I'm going to find the time to make it happen without it really pulling too much away from my family. So when I would go home at night, I wanted to make sure I could help with food, I could help cleaning, I could help get the kids to bed. And it meant I was not always getting a lot of sleep. It meant that my Saturdays were spent, doing this, but it definitely paid off in the end.
Sweet.
That's nice.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And you never tried to go over to Amazon at one time yet? You don't have no desire? Do you have any desire? Because they sell clothes and stuff too now. So
Yeah.
Do you have any desire to go over to Amazon?
I'm aware of the time commitment that it takes. And even though our 6 kids has now transitioned down to having 3 kids at home. That's still a lot of work, and I don't ever want to get into such a hustle with Amazon, because I know the game. I have so many friends that are in Amazon, and I know how you have to continue to find inventory, and I just don't want to commit to that at this season of my life. I think maybe if the kids moved out, that would be a different story, but right now I enjoy teaching people on just a basic level, like how to get started on Poshmark and eBay, and that's kind of the route I'm taking more now. I'm really investing in my YouTube channel as well as Instagram, just teaching people the basics so they can get started too.
Okay.
And she's making 6 figures, so she's doing good where
no,
she's
no,
at.
No, I would just ask because of the clothes, and I know.
I know
she sell all different kinds of clothes, so I was just wondering, like, well, Amazon got the same, rotation. She, she can hit even
freaking
more.
Awesome what you do.
She can hit even more. You know what I'm saying? That's all. But that's cool. That's quality hustle right there. You know what I mean? That's quality hustle.
Yeah, because we have a 6-year-old at home, and it's really just one.
Yeah.
Let me run these buffaloes. The middleman just dropped $5 and
what's up, D?
Oh, nice.
Everybody.
City, man.
Hope everybody. What's going on?
I seen somebody else. ATL the ATL flippers. Him and his wife, Thrift and Flips. Appreciate you all coming out. See, did I miss anybody?
Yeah, but somebody has a question. Do mall brands sell on Poshmark?
Do mall brands? Yes. Do mall brands sell on Posh? Yeah, I actually sell a lot of Abercrombie and Fitch. I sell, trying to think. If you want to classify Columbia, Eddie Bauer, Nike. I love selling Nike. They do sell. It's just a matter of paying attention to the styles, because like I said, I sell Abercrombie and Fitch, but I typically focus on their jeans because they're the ones that are going to be a higher return on investment. So just because it is a mall brand, I wouldn't pass on it, but just make sure it is a category that sells well and sells for a good profit.
So I got a couple questions I'm gonna ask, but I'll let me bring the buffaloes and then I'll let Mess Hall go next.
Okay.
Let's see.
Super chat received.
Appreciate that, middleman.
Me too.
Mess Hall, you have any questions?
Yeah, so my question for you is, so you have, like everybody else, you got a list and you got to take pictures and you got to do all that. So how much outside of that, like the white space part of Poshmark, or how much time are you involved in that with the sharing and the researching and all that kind of stuff? How much goes into that part?
I've actually automated a lot of that. I use a posture automation system called Posture VA. And that has been a lifesaver. I can be listing items or even photographing items, and I have it as a Chrome extension on my computer. I just keep my computer up. Or like I said, I'm working on my computer and it's just going in the background. So I typically share twice a day, and that's kind of all I really can do because I have over 3,000 items in my store. And then I have, anytime someone likes an item, within 10 minutes, they get sent an offer. So a lot of that has become automated. I know there's a very fine line of how people feel about automations, because for the longest time, Poshmark just said absolutely not. You are not permitted to use automations on our platform. And I think it's because they just wanted to make sure people were staying on the platform. That helps them when they decided to go public and everything else that they continue to do for investment purposes. But when you're using these Chrome extensions, your Poshmark app or your the website is still open. So it still is clocking those hours. So at this point, it's really automated, except for me removing, things that sold from eBay off of Poshmark and pulling the orders.
That's nice, though.
That's nice. Another one.
And how much of your so is Poshmark like your number one, like that's the bread and butter, and eBay secondary?
For the longest time, that was how it was. But I think those who have been on eBay knows that the longer you have your store, the more reviews you get in, you definitely do start to have more consistency there. So I think halfway through last year, eBay started to grow higher than Poshmark, and now it's kind of taking the lead. But that also has to do with the types of products we can sell on eBay versus Poshmark. Poshmark, I'm focused on my clothes, my shoes, my accessories, but my husband is phenomenal with hard goods, with vintage items, with Pilates thing. I mean, he gets so many things that you have a limit of how much you can ship. On Poshmark, it's £5. And if anything goes above £5, it's like $20 to ship something. And you can't go to an outside source, find a cheaper option, and then just connect your tracking like eBay. Poshmark doesn't have that. They want to keep it straightforward, but that's one of the things that I wish they would adjust, because we can find other cheaper alternatives to ship items. So eBay's been taking off because we've been selling items for like $200, $300 just because of the things my husband picks up.
Nice.
Actually, Pamela had a question in the chat, and she wanted to know your process of photographing clothing.
So my process, so kind of taking you through when I bring an IKEA bag home of clothing, I hang it up. Well, let me get the right direction, like right there, or my husband does. We have a steamer just off to the side, so we'll steam that. Or if the items have come from the bins, we'll typically wash them, sanitize them that way, and then also still do the steaming if it really needs it. Just right into the room next to me is my photography area. I will photograph everything and measure it. I have a like metal ruler, so everything's just hanging and I do it that way. I pull it off the hanger, and then I have these inventory bags. So this has a number on it. And so when I put it into my inventory system, the totes have letters on it, and then the bags have numbers on it. So then when something sells, it's in K 5,000. So I know to go to, tote K and find the one that says 5,000 on it.
That's what I need you for. That's what I need you for. Because if you sell our house right now,
well, and let me see if I can actually.
we'll be yelling at each other. Which box was it in? What tote was it in?
For real.
We have some things organized, but not everything.
Yeah, Jules had a question in the chat as well, but I mean, I don't understand. I'm gonna read it. How much is postage for the new things Posh has open?
I think you're referring to, so every year USPS increases their rates. So then the negotiation that Poshmark has with USPS changes too. So the postage now, I think if someone were to buy something on Poshmark, it's like $7.99, I want to say. Trying to remember. But that's for anything that's £5 and under. So it's beneficial if you have anything under that. But like I said, if something ends up being £10, it's not a good day for shipping.
Okay. I didn't understand that question. I mean, I
think that's what she means.
Yeah, I don't sell on Posh, so I'm totally lost. That's why we brought you on. Miss Hall, do you have any other questions?
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about, I heard you said you had 3,000 listings on Poshmark, correct?
Yeah.
So for people that we sometimes get in the chat, they're trying to figure platforms out and maybe they're just starting. Is it better to just try to get as many items as possible? Does that result in a better sell-through rate? Or, how do you feel about that? More items, more sales? Can you answer that one?
I think this is one of the biggest reasons why I love reselling is it really can be any direction you want to go. For me in my area, so that's what the one thing I would say is pay attention to your location. What do you have readily available to you? And the second thing is, would you enjoy actually selling? For some people, the more listings they have, that does produce in more sales because they, buy at a really affordable rate. Say they go to the outlet, so everything's by the pound. So you've got things that you purchase from 25 cents to $1. So that quick flip, constant flip, is the way that they can make their most money. I also have a friend that lives in LA, and she can get really high designer items on a regular basis. Yeah, she might have to pay up a little bit for them, but she has like 150 to 200 items in her store, and she can make just as much as I'm making with the larger amount. So it is very much, where's your location? What do you enjoy, selling? Also, what time do you have allotted towards this? I think trying just trial and error once you get started is the best route to go. And as you start to get more analytics on your store, you can start to go, okay, I can get more of this on a regular basis, and that's a higher average sales price that I can do. So I don't need as much on hand. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can play around with your analytics once you have it more, but I can't tell one person from the next, yes, high amount of listings is going to give you the amount that you have financially. You just have to continue to analyze your own analytics in your area.
All right, we got a couple more questions. Can you combine items for single package and postage?
Yes. So if someone says, or there's a feature called bundling on Poshmark. So people can bundle in your store and then send you an offer, or you send them an offer, or they just pay outright. That is one label that you then ship. Sometimes people don't realize that, and they will like buy multiple things in my store. That doesn't rarely happen, but that has happened in the past. And I'll just let them know, hey, let's cancel this so you're not spending, shipping 3 times, and let's do a bundle and then just have that one shipping price.
And what's Pamela wants to know, with 3,000 listings, what's your average number of sales per day? I'm sure it varies, right?
It does vary. Tuesdays and Wednesdays tend to be a slower day for us, but we'll have probably 10 to 15 items that sell regularly or daily. And then those slower days might be 8. But between both Poshmark and eBay, those are kind of where we are.
Shopping on the low. Did we already go over this? I don't know. What's your opinion on measurements versus no measurements?
Right.
I've tried both. I've rebelled against measurements before and wouldn't respond to measurements because it just drove me crazy. But I want to give people the benefit of the doubt on Poshmark with their return policy. People aren't allowed to return items due to fit. So I think I'm doing them a disjustice if I don't provide them with their measurements, because something size large varies per brand.
Right.
So I try to do my best to give them all of their information they need. And that's why I've just figured out, I have a metal ruler. I'm photographing. I can just, put the ruler right up to the piece of or the clothing, and then just put those in the listing. I don't put it in the description. I just have those photos that have the measurements on them. So that's
makes more sense.
Yeah.
You probably have less in returns that way too.
Yeah, less people that are angry because something doesn't fit, less questions about it. Not going to lie, there are still some people that ask the question. I'm like, if you look at the listing, you will see that it's not even to answer your question.
Hey, Buffalo, you got to let Ella just blessed us. You got to let her run them buffaloes. How you doing, Miss Ella? Save her first. How you doing?
Yeah, Ella, I appreciate that box should get to your place by tomorrow. It was a 2-day ship box. I shipped it out on Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. So you should have it by tomorrow. There's definitely a bunch of goodies in there for you. I appreciate the super chat. We're ready to buffalo.
Super chat received.
All right. Do we have any more questions in the chat?
Yeah, we got a couple.
All right.
You want to take it? I can take it. Char wants to know,
go ahead.
Do you find plus size clothes sell better than smaller sizes?
I haven't seen like one sell better over another. It kind of just turns into more of what can I find in my area. I don't find a whole lot of plus size in the categories and in the brands that I do enjoy at a good price. So I mean, we typically sell more of like mediums and larges or smalls, but that's because that's the majority that I can find on a regular basis.
That's a good question.
Yeah, what is your most profitable item sold? Everybody always wants to know that one. What'd you make the most cheese off of, Ashley?
Gosh. So that kind of comes, well, I'll take that back. I had a friend that one time was trying to sell a Louis Vuitton bag. And so on Poshmark, we sold that for over $500. And then I just got a commission off of that. As far as recently, because that was a couple of years ago, my husband has been killing it. Like I said, on eBay, I jokingly constantly say that he's a better reseller than I am. So he just picked up a hunting blind for $30 at a store, flipped that overnight for $150. He picked up the other day like this Pilates reformer for I think $15, sold it for over $200, that plus shipping, which it was a pretty heavy item. He had to create a box for that one. That was pretty funny. So that's what I mean. On eBay, I really like being on there because it gives my husband the ability to do what he does best with his categories. And he's definitely giving a lot more cheese to our business than my clothes sometimes.
Does Poshmark do free authentications for like Louis bags and stuff? Do they authenticate?
Yes, if something is over $500, it gets sent to the corporate office and they authenticate it before it even gets to the buyer.
Nice.
Okay. So kind of like what eBay does the same kind of thing now too.
Right.
I got a few things in there. Yours.
Hey, I'm kind of going through the chat pretty fast, trying to see if we got any more questions for Ashley before I close.
And how much?
The show we've been asking the questions.
Yeah, how much does being a Posh ambassador matter? Does that matter at all with Posh ambassador status?
Right. Originally I would say no, because it just kind of was like a pat on the back sort of thing. Like it didn't seem like there was a lot of benefits to it. But when they did go public, they did allow the ambassadors to get in on the IPO when it first, like I said, went public. So that was cool. And I feel like they're revamping it this year. There's now like a 2-tier system, and they are bringing in Posh Ambassador is, let me see if I can pull it up, but it basically, if you have so many items that have sold, if you've done so many shares and so many community shares, you hit this like tier. It's almost like eBay saying, here's our parameters to get top rated.
Okay.
That's what Posh, but Posh is more of like community related focused. Again, a lot of people are like, is it really worth it? Or like, is it going to help build your business, or is it just to be on the platform a little bit more? That's always
she's the queen of Poshmark. She's the ambassador.
Right. So now they have Posh ambassadors and then Posh ambassadors 2. They do put a badge similar to eBay on your listings to let people know, hey, you have reached this level. So my take, though, is, are they really allowing the customers to understand the value of what that badge means? Does it help people see that you are a viable seller? Does it help people see your ratings? Those are kind of the questions that I've been asking when they've updated this new system. But I feel like now it is going to be beneficial. I think if you are investing into the different events that Posh wants to do, or if you do want to get your listing seen a little bit more, I think they are going to start saying, if you are a Posh ambassador, we are going to help with that.
I think it would be a good thing. Just like eBay, I think that, the top rated seller and things like that. I look at more of when somebody buys something from us, I don't mind if you have 0, because we started out at 0 stars or 0 things. I don't mind that. But, you always think, oh, well, they've got 2,000 and what I mean? The higher, the better.
Yeah. Yeah. And now they have updated it to where if you look at a listing on Poshmark, at the bottom of the listing, it will give a little bio of the seller. So I feel like they're starting to do some things to help people see, hey, this is a viable seller. Like, you can trust them. Here's how many active things they have in their store right now. Here's how much they've sold. And then it does at that point say if they are a Posh ambassador or not.
That's nice.
It don't matter to me, because if it's something that I feel worthy of my paper, I'm getting you to sign for it.
What's your paper?
Yeah, I saw something.
What I want for it.
I saw something on Mercari, man, where I was gonna buy something on Mercari. I'm not on Mercari much anymore, but I was about to buy something, and Mercari sent me a message saying, "Are you sure this seller has a tendency to cancel and not ship. And I was like, oh man, when they start doing that,
Wow.
yeah, it was crazy.
Hey, that's good
And I was
info.
like, oh, I changed my mind. Never mind.
Make
Okay.
it yeah. Let me give a
you
shout
don't
out
want to do
to
that.
Horizon Picks, Swamp Picker, who we've got, eBay Addicts, Ella. Did I miss anybody else? We're definitely not trying to miss people jumping into the chat.
You got shopping on the low.
Shopping on the low, yep. Appreciate you coming out. So let me go ahead and ask a couple of questions so we can close this out. Unless anybody else in the chat have some questions for Ashley. If you do, this is your time to ask because she have all the answers when it comes to Poshmark. Like she said, she's been selling since 2015 in the resale business, and pretty much probably nothing, when it comes to Poshmark that she don't know. So make sure you pose your question so that we can get your answer. So I'm going to start off with my first question is hard goods. And I think this is one of the reasons in the beginning that I didn't cross over to Posh is behind me. I sell a lot of toys. And the platforms that I sell on, they was chosen because of the fact that, I can sell the product that I'm interested in. Like you said, go after the things that are in your local area, other things that you're interested in selling. So toys is like my number one. So where is Poshmark right now with the ability to sell toys? And do you all sell any toys on Poshmark?
I don't actually sell as many toys now that I think about it. There are some Legos we've picked up before, like when they've been clearanced at different retailers.
Right.
But I kind of bought those more for wanting them to be on eBay. And then since we just had a listing, we just cross-listed over to Poshmark. So Poshmark does allow toys now. They also allow pet accessories, even electronics. So I feel like each year they're starting to branch out into more categories.
Right.
But originally when I made the decision to go over to eBay, it was because there was a lot of their categories were primarily focused on clothing, whether it was men, women's, or kids. That was their main focus. So they are allowing, long story short, they are selling toys at this point on Poshmark, and they're trying to promote more people to see that as well as home decor, lots of other things like that.
All right. Then shopping on the low said community shares are keeping me from my badge. That's what's going to lead to my other questions. Like, how much do you use social media to help you with your sales?
I used to say that, well, I still believe you do not need to have social media to have a good store. You could absolutely, I know so many people who are 6-7 figure sellers on eBay, Poshmark, or Amazon, and they have no social media presence whatsoever. That's a beautiful thing about why we use these platforms, is because they do a lot of the marketing for us. But now that I have been on Instagram and YouTube for quite some time, and I have an audience and I'm showing the items that I'm selling on a regular, I do get messages saying, hey, can I buy that from you? So I feel like it is a nice benefit of, but that was not the intentions of me starting with social media. I was just wanting to share my journey, inspire people, because that's how I found out that reselling was an opportunity to do as a business.
Okay, is the 5-pound rule is the same with toys as well?
Yeah, anything that sells, the contract that USPS and Poshmark has is everything under 5 pounds is going to be at $7.99. I'm pretty sure it's $7.99. I can't remember exactly, but if anything is more than that, with you packaging the order, there's a way for you to increase the shipping cost or the shipping pounds, but it doesn't allow you to charge the person who's buying it more. So, like on eBay, if something's selling, for example, we had a typewriter sell and my husband had the shipping at $50 and the person bought it. with paying that in the shipping. You can't do that on Poshmark. And so you have to eat that cost. So you have to think about that when you're pricing the item, because it will cut into your cost for sure.
Okay. My last question, as far as your inventory goes, do you have a mixed bag? Like you got new items and you got used items, or you strictly deal with the used items?
I have a mixture of everything because I've picked up pallets before of
Right.
new merchandise. I have multiple quantities or multiple sizes of items. And then I also have the used. We're opportunists. We're always trying to find different ways to
Exactly.
get things at a really good price. So
Exactly. So, and I said, that was my last question, but you created a follow-on question, which is when you said the pallets.
I heard that
So,
too.
yeah. With your pallet goes, have you ever had any high-end clothing come in like from Macy's?
I haven't done Macy's. I've
Mhm.
worked with friends before. We've partnered on getting Nordstrom
Right,
before.
right,
As the COVID hit, there was definitely a lot more competition in the pallet market. At this point, my husband and I are looking at an auction house over in Utah where you have to go and pick up to get the pallets, but we think that that would be a good opportunity for us. And that I think is more lost luggage or um, not lost luggage, but when cargo ships get lost, and so the shipments, like
right.
pallets like that, or Amazon
That would be kind of nice.
pallets. Hmm.
Pamela wanted to know, do you have a death pile, and how and have you thought about going on what not to eliminate some stock? I don't.
Yes, I think I can understand that. So death pile wise, I live in a rural area. I'm in Oregon, but I'm on the eastern side of Oregon, which is a lot more agricultural land out here. So my husband and I typically take a trip to Portland. We've done Spokane, we've done Boise, Idaho, but all of those places are like 3 to 4 hours away from us.
Right.
So I don't see it much as a death pile. I see it as we're taking a trip and we're going to buy as much as we possibly can and stuff it in our car. So that way we have enough inventory for the next like month or so. And that's why I said I like doing wholesale boxes or pallets as well, because that helps supplement. We do have thrift stores around us, but the types of products we like to sell are more in those city areas. So I do have a lot of product that's unlisted at this point, to answer that first part. And then this year, we really started to pay attention to what are the categories that give us the most profit and what inventory do we have most available to us. So we are starting to downsize, not just grab everything at the bins. Like we're focusing on coats, snow gear, jeans, shoes. Those are areas that we tend to get a quick return, and the return on investment is a lot better.
All right, we got a two-part question as well. It's two people asking two separate questions. I'm just gonna ask them at once. And the screen just jumped on me. Okay, Kim asks, how many items do you list daily on eBay? And LKL Graphics asks, can you use any priority box size? I'm assuming as long as it's under 5 pounds.
Yeah, so that is one of the nice things about Poshmark is you can use flat rate, priority mail. They've created a contract, like I said, with USPS. So now you can use any USPS free boxes. It doesn't have to be uh, just the priority mailing. You can use their flat rates as well. And then what was the other question? I drew a blank now.
Oh, do you list on eBay daily?
Oh,
How
yeah.
Many do you
So
list per day?
How many
How many
items?
items you
Do
how
you,
many? Yeah.
yeah.
We list anywhere from 15 to 18 items a day. I'm hoping to get to 20. My goal would be 25. But the way that we have that system is I have a virtual assistant who I give them the photos in just a brief little detail about what the item is. Is it women's? What color is it? What brand is it? They do the rest of the draft. So all I have to do is go onto eBay, look through it, make sure everything is good, hit publish. So that's pretty quick to do. And then my virtual assistant then takes those items and cross lists them over to Poshmark. So like I said, pretty much on Poshmark for me right now, everything is automated. I'm only having to, ship once something sells.
So your VA, are they local or out of away from you?
I outsourced through Upwork.
Okay, okay. And that's in. I mean, you don't have to answer this if you don't want, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. So, did you learn about this VA through a networking system or just trial and error?
I had a friend who had walked me through how to basically create a job posting on
Right,
Upwork and said, try to find someone in the Philippines. It's cheaper there, but they also are pretty good with English. And so that was what I did as my job listing. And the person that's my virtual assistant right now, I've had her for I think 2.5 years. She's
right.
done phenomenal. She can do the work from her computer. It is kind of nice that I can be uploading photos in the evenings, and that's about the time that she's getting ready for working. And by the time I wake up in the mornings, my drafts are ready to go.
Wow, that's good. Any issues as for it, like on the job training with your VA?
I think just like anyone, there's going to be ebbs and flows and things that you have to, like constructive criticism or be like, hey, can you do this a little better? I did create little training videos just to kind of help her. I'm a visual learner. And so I was always doing videos to kind of show her how I
Right,
want certain things done. Come to find out, she's a lot more, she can read something and be like, I understand that. So and with Upwork, you can actually have an app on your phone that is just
right,
like a text messaging. So
right.
I text her, hey, I've got more drafts for you. She will also share the closet. She has the Chrome extension. She will cross list things over. She'll prepare my drafts. And then she'll update my Excel sheet too. So I
And
had
what?
to outsource
I'm
some of
sorry.
that.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just had to outsource some of that.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of questions about the VA because I had one before as well. When I was running a full scale drop shipping store, my VA, she was real good at what she did, but everything had a price tag on it. When it came to the duties that I needed her to do,
Mm-hmm.
and because I was new at hiring a VA, I didn't put all the demands that I needed done at the front end. So
Yeah.
as we started growing, other things was needed, and as I tried to add those in, it was like, yeah, but it's gonna cost this, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like it got to the point where I had to evaluate, was it worth the time and energy for me at cost wise as well to keep going in and training her to do the tasks that I need her to do, and on top of that, add the money value that she was requesting. So,
Right.
long story short, I had to let it go because I wanted to get with somebody like down the road that was smarter than me with hiring and dealing with a VA, because I know it can be a slippery slope if you really don't fully understand what you're getting into, because it's not as just as simple as finding somebody that can do the job that you want, you hire them, and then it's done.
Mm-hmm.
I know that with me it was constantly reinforcement of training on things that the way, because you got ways that you want your job done,
Yeah.
and they're not gonna know the little details that you want. All they're gonna do is know that, okay, you want listings on Posh or listings on eBay. I've
Mm-hmm.
done that before, but it's certain little things that they may try to take a shortcut to do, and you're not happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the roadblock that I ran into, was that you know, it was good intentions. She did good work. I can't dispute that. But the thing was that when I chose her to do the work for me, I didn't have everything laid out that I needed her to complete. And
Right.
as I tried to add things in, she was like, well, that gonna be this and that gonna be that, and it was like, it wasn't worth it no more for me.
Yeah, I've
So,
thought about actually hiring a second virtual assistant to do more
right,
of the like cross listing and maybe do, like you were saying, have specific tasks that one virtual assistant does, because I know at some point I want to scale the amount of listings I do on a daily basis.
right,
So to demand my virtual assistant to cross list, to update the Excels, to share. Meanwhile, do 50 items or 25 items that she's drafting. That's going to be a lot. So at some point I might have to do that. But yeah, like you said, you kind of have to think ahead to be able to know what you want to hire for. And
Right.
sometimes you just don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've said, based off of my military training and my, federal government training, I should have been way more prepared than I were, because, I should have had, like now I have a desktop SOP pretty much on all of my processes of how I want things done. And I should have had that before I went out to hire, and it's like, it took that trial and error to say, man, okay, this is what you need to do. Get all your processes down, then go out and hire the person to come in and do work. And I would hire, the thing is too, not to get off the topic with the POS and the VA, but when it comes to hiring somebody locally, it's like, you can have all your processes down, to the T, but the thing is now people want an extreme amount of money to come and work. I offered somebody $15 to come in, and basically all they had to do was pack, my items, get it ready to ship, and they would never show up. They'll agree to the $15, but they would never show up.
Right.
It's terrible. Well, I think one of the most important points that you made, Ashley, is because I saw a lot of people talk about they're in rural areas, there's nothing around them, they can't do what we do. And you made a great point saying, hey, I'll jump in the car, drive 3 hours out, fill the car up, I'll have items sent to me, I'll have liquidation pallets sent to me, I'll do online arbitrage, I'll do whatever I can to get this thing going. And I think that's important for people to know. No matter where you're at, you can make this thing happen.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right. I mean, everybody have their business model, and selling sniper. We are pretty much on the same page with that, but that doesn't work for everybody. Some people just don't want to deal with the grime and the policies that Amazon try to place on you. So, but yeah, that's a good point. That's one of the reasons I chose Amazon, because the photos are already there, and all I have to do is pick the item that I don't want to sell, click on it, and post it up. But that ain't for everybody.
I copy and paste unless my box is damaged or something's not exactly pristine. Then I take actual pictures of it. But for the most part, if it's brand new, I'm copy and pasting. Sorry.
Yeah, did I miss a question with Pamela? If I did, somebody let me know. Pamela posted, I can't get anybody to help me to save my life. I don't know.
I think she just means in general.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong.
This is the show for you. Ask your questions, and we definitely try to get you an answer.
Well, and I want to kind of bring it back around for the Posh ambassador. So I pulled it up with Posh ambassador, especially like the second tier part. Now you're going to have that badge, but also one of the things that Posh is promoting is you'll have priority support. So you'll be able to contact Team Posh at any time, which has been a big complaint about Poshmark, is we don't have a phone call for customer service. When we send an email, it takes like 2 days for them to respond. So this is saying that we should be able to get in pretty quickly to get something resolved. And then also they want to promote their event. So, different exclusive, free or discounted tickets to their events. It also says global in-app promotion, be promoted on the platform in a global marketing campaign. So I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I feel like they are going to start trying to push the listings of the Posh ambassadors 1 and 2 just to try to help with that. And then obviously they have requirements for you to be able to be that Posh too. And then something else that I just wanted to address, because I know it was a hot topic about Poshmark for a while, was they were starting to change the way that people would search for items on Poshmark, and it didn't go well, because with Google, with eBay, there's constantly the talk about making sure you're adding the style name to your title. You know, SEO optimization is huge on all those platforms. Well, with Poshmark, if you just put in Madewell high-rise jeans, that was the only title of listings that was coming up. And so people saw a dramatic decrease in sales when Poshmark did that update. So they referred back, they went back to their original way of doing it. They're like, we need to fix this, we'll work on this. So at this point, sales have started to increase. But that's why I really do enjoy having two platforms that I'm working with, because if one does do a update, which I've seen it happen on eBay before as well, sales might dip on that platform, but the other one might still go strong. So that's just something to consider if you are looking at Poshmark, is always kind of have your items in multiple places for more eyes to be able to see them.
Right. I want to give a shout out to New England Betty Boop. And I want to give a shout out to Picking in the Hood 2.
3.
Yeah. Appreciate you all coming out. Picking in the Hood, in case you all don't know, Picking in the Hood is our guest every last Friday of the month. So we're looking forward to having him on the first show of this year. And also make sure you all go out and check out and support his YouTube channel. The guy make a video probably every 2 days, and he give out some gems and bolos on things he's finding out there in the wild. So check him out, support his channel. Do we have any more questions for Ashley? Ashley, I definitely want to get with you about the VA portion. I haven't. I mean, I do have a need for one, but I kind of put it on hold because, you know, just the experience that I had before. And I was like, you know, I'm not going to do it again until I find somebody I can trust that's actually have a VA doing the work and not trying to go out there and just go to a website and find somebody that said they can do the job. You know, Definitely don't want to go through that. I want to give Markel Brown, thank you for coming out. Trying to see if there's any more questions in the chat. If y'all see something, just let me know.
I'm looking too. Don't see anything.
All right. So if you need to, if you have any concerns about Posh, this is the time to ask your question. Ashley is definitely one of the power sellers on Poshmark. She's very knowledgeable in this platform. So if you got any questions and you on the fence, this is your time to ask. If not, we're going to move on to the next part of the show. Did we give a shout out to the Selling Sniper? Appreciate you coming out, brother. Laurie Lynn, appreciate you coming out.
New England.
Yeah, I gave a shout out to New England and Picking in the Hood. All right, so yeah, that's one thing we try to do. No matter who we have on this show or how much we get embedded into the conversation, we definitely want to give a shout out to everyone that come out to support the channel. And I just want to reiterate, because we got some new people in the chat, is that for season 1 and 2, we normally we give out a giveaway every week, but in season 3, we're going to do a little bit different. And it's going to go by the amount of people we have in the season. So we are asking, mute y'all for a second. We are asking everyone to reach out to their friends, followers, and try to get them to come out and see the show on Friday night. And if we exceed the mark every week, we're going to do a giveaway. And tonight, even though I put that rule out without discussing it with Glass City and Mess Hall, I'm still going to do a giveaway tonight. But next week, we're going to definitely need to surpass 62 people coming out to visit the show before we do a giveaway, because the giveaways are going to get better and better every week. All right, since we don't have any more questions, I don't see any. Did anybody else see any? Anybody?
There's a question about the software, the cross-listing software. Cross-listing software that's used.
I use I've used multiple different cross-listing platforms before. Right now, my virtual assistant just does it manually. But I personally enjoyed List Perfectly the most because, again, with like Vendu, if is that the right one? Yeah. You're on their website creating your draft, and when you go to push live, it just pushes it over to Poshmark, it pushes it over to eBay. I don't think that does the algorithm justice though. Whereas List Perfectly, it actually takes you to your Poshmark store, populates everything on there, and then you can just hit publish. And then you're also on the eBay platform when you're working on there. So I feel like that helps support your time on the platforms. So on Posh.
Yeah, when we close out the show, Ashley, make sure you give out all of your plugs so that people can know to come and follow your channel and get additional information. I mean, it's only so much that you can put out here tonight, but you definitely loaded with information for Posh and eBay. So tonight I want to do a show and tell, and then do the giveaway. Glass City, Mess Hall. If y'all got anything y'all want to show and tell, giveaway, we can go ahead and do that. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and lead the way, and then work towards closing the show out for tonight. So
go ahead, boss.
All right. So for everybody that follow me, you know that I sell Nikes on Amazon. So every time I can find a deal, you know, to be able to flip shoes, I go out and get that stuff. And I just want to say tonight I'm very disappointed in the pair of shoes where I got 2 pair from Nike, and I did not know that Nike.com will actually ship something like this to a customer. So I ordered 2 pair of new shoes that were marked down, and this is how the shoe came. Right? Not dressed up, nothing, just like this.
Blow yourself up. Blow yourself up, B.
Yeah, we'll do. All right. So take this down real quick. So the shoes came like this. And I was like, man, what is this? So I take the shoe out. I'm cool with the paper. The paper ain't no big deal. But I take the shoe out, and I don't know how well you all gonna be able to see this on the camera. But these shoes are actually dirty. Oh, wow. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know how well y'all can see it on the camera. I mean, they look white on the camera, but
they've been
in real time, these shoes are dirty. And it's not just one pair, both pairs was dirty. So I'm like, how can they send me something like this? So I immediately put in for a return, and I just got to take them to the Nike store and return them. So Nike, you know, they got a no problem return policy. So definitely taking them back to the store. These shoes, the MSRP on these shoes is $120. And I got them for, I think there was 45 with the discount. And I was looking forward to taking these, putting them on Amazon and making them quick flip, because on Amazon, these shoes sell for $160. But, you know, that was a no-go. My other show and tell is I was a part of an auction last week with Pamela. She's in the chat, and I told her that I would open this up. I haven't even took a look at it, a sneak peek. And I told her I was going to open it up tonight to show you all what I won. So let me do that right quick.
Blow yourself up again.
All right.
Lori Lynn got a question when you get done with that too, bro.
All right. Let's see here. Okay, so this is the first package. And I mean, I don't even know what I won. I mean, I just came to the show to help support it. And she was putting out things that I thought was real nice. So I went in and put my bid in. So this is a Doc Goodwin. If you followed baseball back in the 80s, this guy was one of the top pitchers in the major league. So when I seen that, I went on and grabbed it. Let's see what else she got in here. She wrapped it real, very nice. This is, what is this called? This is called Celebrity Duck. And this is a character, Jim Thome, that used to play baseball with the Cleveland Indians. And what else we got in here? She put a thank you card in here. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me put my, can y'all see that? Well, anyway, this is a thank you card. It said, thank you so much. It just means the world to me. Blessings, Pam. Definitely keep that card. And also I have actually, this was the reason I put in a bid on this particular auction. She had 2 signed baseballs in here, and I didn't with the Red Sox. So I gotta take a look at this and see who they are. But this was the main reason I really got into that particular bid. And then she put a cup in here with Derek Jeter, Alex Rodriguez baseball cup with 2 baseballs.
That's some nice stuff right there.
Yep. So appreciate it, Pam. Glad I was able to support your cause, and I thank you for my goods.
Baseball season starting up, spring training starting up.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else?
No, we ain't got none today, T.
All right. So let's go ahead and get into the giveaway right quick. Oh, we have a question. Right?
Yeah. So Lori Lynn wants to know about shipping to Amazon. When I have items to send in, Amazon always splits up my shipments into 2 or more pack lists when everything will fit in one box. What do I do?
Yeah, so what I do, I can tell you what I do. What I do is, depending on how many items that is in the split box, the minimum amount is the amount that I keep back for the next shipment. So if you can't do that, then what I advise is to go ahead and ship it, because if you don't, what's going to happen is you're going to cause a delay. So, and actually that's a good question, because Amazon, as of April the 1st of this year, they're coming out with their new shipping policies and the fees. So one of their main things about the FBA shipment is that, if you split your shipment, and then try to change it and put all your items to go to one location, what Amazon is going to do is they're going to take your item and they still going to ship it to the location it need to go to. Now, you may ship it to the main hub and you say, okay, I'm good. But you stand the risk of your items sitting on the deck for a week or 2 before they get around to breaking it down and then repacking it and shipping it to another hub. So what you want to do is, when they give you that breakdown, have enough items to ship in so that if they do break it down, it's still viable to you for its postage costs to ship that item anyway. Now, what I do is, if I just say hypothetically, if I have 50 items to ship and they break it down into 3 different locations, and then they say, you're going to send 30 items to Charlotte, and you're going to send 28 items to Alabama, and then you're going to send 2 items to New York. So what I would do is I ship the first 2 shipments, and those 2 items that they say that are going to New York, I'll just delete that shipment and hold those 2 items until I build up enough to make on my next shipment. Because once you list them on your next shipment, then what probably will happen is they will go to your original hub. So I wouldn't try to ship small shipments in to Amazon because it's not advantage you, it's advantage Amazon. That's how they make their postage. The more you ship is how you win with postage with Amazon. So if you shipping in 300 pounds, 400 pounds, you winning. If you shipping in 50 pounds, you losing. So I tried to make that short, but when you mentioned that, I just want to throw in the new changes that Amazon have coming out with the FBA shipment. And another thing too, if you cancel a shipment and ship it anyway, Amazon gonna return that shipment. And in 2021, they was processing that shipment anyway and putting your stuff out for sale. But now what they're saying is they're gonna return that shipment, and you may be restricted for a certain amount of time for shipping items to FBA. So you want to be very careful with that. And lastly, I want to mention is a couple of years ago when I didn't know better because Amazon was letting me get away with it, is when you ship a package to Amazon, it cannot be in a box over 25 inches unless you're going to palletize it. Now, if you're sending it through UPS or whatever courier FedEx you use, that box cannot be over 25 inches, or they're going to charge you. Now, they were lenient on me. They charged me $8 per box extra, which one hub did, one hub didn't, which, more power. I mean, because I could have been out a lot of money, but the one hub let it go through, and one hub said, "No, we're going to charge you $8 per box extra." So now that fee has jumped up to $25. So if you send in a box 26 inches, 1 inch over 25, you're going to pay $25 extra on top of postage. So be very careful with that. And if you need to find that information, just go to the Amazon website and pull up their 2022 fees, and that information is there as one of their new
They've been on that about the 25 inches.
Yeah.
All right. So hopefully you got all that, Laura. I didn't mean to give you the long answer, but I just want to throw that in. So
At least you gave her the correct answer.
right. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna shoot from the hip now.
Papa.
Any other questions in the chat?
Not seeing any.
So if you got any, this was a Poshmark heavy show where Ashley once again brought it. And if you have any questions for its eBay, Amazon, you can drop your question in because we're gonna end this show in a few minutes. Ashley have things that she have to do, and others on the panel have things they need to do as well. So if you got any other questions that deal with Amazon, eBay, Posh, drop your questions in the chat and we'll get to it. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and do this giveaway for the week. Like I said, and I'm not here to beat a dead horse. Last week we had 62 people here, and if we can't exceed 62, we're not going to do another giveaway until we do that. So we charge the people in the chat to reach out, get people out here on Friday night, and support the Defend the Hustle. And everybody that support us on a weekly basis, you already know we're fully transparent in the information that we give out. We always bring guests on the show that going to bring that same attitude to Defend the Hustle. And as you can see tonight, Ashley did just that. Very transparent. Was not one question that you asked her that she couldn't answer or wasn't willing to give you the answer to. So with that being said, we got 39 people in here, and we're going to go ahead and do the giveaway. Let me show you the giveaway for tonight. All right, this guy right here is a part of the Master of the Universe, and he is the Savage Cat Panther for Skeletor.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you all have seen this item before, either in Walmart, Target, or maybe at your house. I don't know. But this is what I'm giving away tonight. So we have 38 people in here, and we're going to put in the numbers from 1 to 45. 1 to 45. The person closest to that number is going to get that item.
Isn't that your friend?
Willie Richburg. Willie Richburg.
All right, go ahead and drop your numbers. When I hit the X's, we're gonna close it out.
Drop your number, Willie. Oh, Willie in here, T.
Where you at?
I noticed him, just so everybody knows.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
You noticed him, baby.
Only because I hear it every day.
Where is
Willie.
it?
Willie.
Oh, okay. All right. What's going on, Willie? Appreciate you coming out. You and your wife.
A lot of people are asking for your posh closet name, Ashley. If you want to give it up, it's up to you.
Yeah, I
Type it in the chat or whatever.
I put it in the chat, but I'll do it again.
And just plug it at the end too if you want to do that.
Okay.
All right. So let's see here. Dave Diggs.
I know I'm gonna go check it out. Steal some ideas. Are you an all white background kind of person, or do you have the quintessential furry white rug? That
I do
uses?
all white just because that's what eBay likes as well. So, and for a while I was using a feature that helps make it even more crisp white in the back. So,
Give a shout out to Tanya Carrier. Appreciate you coming out. If we miss you in the chat, definitely don't take it personal. We try to get everybody a shout out. If Facebook user, appreciate you coming out. Let's see here. I'm just going through the chat to make sure we didn't miss anybody. All right, we're getting ready to close this one out. Let's see. All right, here we go. Y'all see that little quote scrolling across the screen right there? That's from the Bible, James 4:2. I don't know if everybody in chat into the Bible, but I am. I ain't no Bible thumper, but I definitely take a look at it, read it every now and then, and that quote right there is so true. You have not because you ask not. And I'm asking. I'm gonna ask all year. I'm putting the pressure on the chat all year. Let's go. We should be over 100 people coming in this chat watching this show. We're giving out probably the best information that a live show can give out when it comes to reselling. And it's not to put down anybody else live or nothing like that. I'm just speaking. Just like the quote say, ask not because you have not because you ask not. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so the number for the night. Can y'all see that?
32.
32. All right, the closest to that number gonna get the item. So Mess Hall, Jennifer Hayes. Let me know what y'all got.
Melinda Gleaton got 32. Melinda Gleaton.
At 32?
Melinda Gleaton.
All right, Melinda. I know I should have your information in my text message, but go ahead and send it to me and I'll get this out to you. Like I mentioned earlier, Melinda, and this wasn't no setup. Melinda and I have been discussing starting a network of resellers, small group to pretty much network with each other in this resale game. So I mean, it's just it's a baby right now that we trying to formulate. And if it does come to fruition, I'll reach out to a couple other people and see if you're interested. And we're gonna get this thing rolling. Let's see. All right. So congratulations, Melinda. This is what you're getting. This was a find that I found on clearance sale online arbitrage with Target. They had these things going for $7, and I think I got 10 of each. I got the He-Man Tiger, whatever you called it, and I got this one. All right, so Ashley, if you got anything you want to plug at the moment, you can go ahead and plug it, and then we'll go around the room and close out the show.
Yeah, I've been putting it in the comments, but if you guys do have any questions, feel free to message me on Instagram. I love being able to help people and just cheer people on with the reseller journey. So if you have any questions about Poshmark or eBay or what I sell, feel free to ask me there. And then my husband and I have been doing a lot more YouTube videos together. So if you like to see couples sharing hauls or just going shopping together, my kids like to make a special appearance at times too. So it's a family fun thing, and I hope to see you guys more on those channels.
All right.
Ooh, congratulations on everything too.
Hey,
keep up the good work.
Jennifer, if you got the link, can you drop it in the chat? And I'll highlight it while we close out the show. Glass City.
Yeah, man. I just want to say thank you, everybody, for coming out and hanging with us. Hey, it's been a beautiful, beautiful evening. It's been a long, stressful day, but a beautiful evening. So I just like to tell y'all thank you, Glass City Pickers. Our fake YouTube, our fake Instagram, all that. You can go check all that stuff out because it's got cobwebs and dust all around it right now. But anyway, all y'all in the chat, thank y'all. But like Buffalo said, y'all know y'all need to be getting some more people out here, man. You're getting it for a little bit of nothing because it's real. So I hope to see y'all back here with a couple more of y'all. Thank y'all.
Miss Hall.
For me personally, Ashley's probably one of my favorite Instagram accounts to follow. You guys, very motivational, inspires me. Just the things she puts out is it's golden nuggets constantly, man. So just from my perspective, that's an Instagram account you need to watch for just inspiration and grinding. And when you feel like you got too much going on, just go see what she's got going on. And it'll get you in gear. I promise you that. Mess Hall Digs on Instagram, YouTube. Also have a thrift shop candle that I have for sale. It's in my Instagram bio. Nothing but 5-star reviews. I make these myself. It's not something that I just bought and put a label on. I hand make these candles. It's amazing. If you want to support your boy, go get you one.
Man, let me send my guy $24 tonight.
They're a little expensive, but hey, it's handmade.
I'm gonna send my guy $24 tonight before we get off here. You go give me information. I know what to do. I'm going to the Instagram.
There's a link in my Instagram bio.
I'm going to get me one tonight, man. I'm gonna show it off next week.
And Buffalo, check your mail. I sent you something. It got delivered. So
okay, yeah, my mailbox is.
And this thing it's gonna make you very happy when you see it.
All right, you already did it, man. With the I don't know how you're gonna top the Buffalo Soldier shirt, man.
This is an exclusive drop that very few people got their hands on.
All right, cool. Appreciate it, brother. As always. So yeah, I know I kind of got on a little rant tonight. No, out of the norms, but I'm speaking the truth, and that's what we do on this show. We try to speak the truth. And I try to bring people on this show that are going to speak the truth as well. And as most of you all seen tonight, Ashley brought it like she normally do when we bring her on the show. I try to get her on the show twice a year. Last year I was only able to get her here once, but the year before I got her twice. So we're going to try to look to bring her in again based off of her schedule before we get into the busy Q4. So last week we brought in Richie Hustle. He brought it 100. Was very transparent. We brought in Ashley this week with Posh. She was 100. And next week we're gonna bring in Dale Dog Treasure Hunters to talk about liquidations, who I know gonna bring it 100 as well. So I say all that to say that when we try to get guests on this show, we were bringing people in here that are going to be transparent. They're going to tell you the down and dirty without all the flash about how to be a reseller on these different platforms. And I don't know of any other live show that does it like that. If I'm wrong, then I'm the first to say I stand corrected. But I know what we do here on the Defend the Hustle show. So with that being said, I appreciate everyone for your continued support. This is our season 3, show number 2. Next week will be show 3 with Devil Dog Treasure Hunters. And with that being said, Ashley, I appreciate you taking time out to come out to the show and bring it, being very transparent about the Poshmark game. Glass stickers, Mess Hall Digs, you already know. I appreciate you all, what y'all do for the show. With that being said, everybody have a good weekend. Defend the hustle. See you all next week.
God bless.
Bye.